we are in Portage, Indiana.
Yes. Correct.
Kerry and Jessica.
Yes.
Store number?
1107.
1107. You've been in the system for how long?
November 21st, 2024.
I say 20 months.
Okay.
20 months.
20 months. Give me, your background is important and interesting. So can you please give me a bit of your bio, what you did before this, what you still do now. Yeah, just a bit of your bio, your background.
Go for it.
Absolutely. So Kerry Wright, and I have come from Australia, so that's the accent, okay. So I come to Australia, moved here 15 years ago, but I have actually just finished 3 years ago when I started BIGGBY, a 35-year career with McDonald's.
So you were with McDonald's in Australia?
I started when I was a crew person at 15 years of age, and I was a crew chief and a manager, and I went for corporate there, and I had this wonderful opportunity that McDonald's did offer me to move to the States. And I worked in the field in operational visits, and I also had an opportunity to move to Hamburger University, and I was a facilitator, a trainer of the trainers at Hamburger University, would you believe, which was management development classes, and all the senior managers all had to come through Hamburger University as a standard, which was fantastic. So it was a really great experience for them and a great experience for us. So I spent my life there until I self-retired after 35 years and discovered BIGGBY. So my husband and I live here and just across the border here in Illinois, and that's my brief life. No kids, no dogs, no pets. I'm good.
What town in Australia?
So I came from Adelaide, which is one of the smaller capital cities, not super known, but I did some time in Sydney as well. Okay. So I come from a small capital city. Yeah, to Chicago. So I did 3 years in Chicago with the corporate life before I met my husband, and then I came back for the last 11 years.
Got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's me.
Jessica?
All right. Well, I'm Jessica. I have a very similar story, except for I'm not from Australia, but I did McDonald's too. It actually helped pay my way through college. So I was like a manager all through college, got my degree in finance. And then I actually came back to McDonald's. I started as a store manager and worked my way up to a director of operations for 2 different operators. And I did that for about 8 years. And then I do what I currently do, my Monday through Friday job. I am a financial advisor with an investment company, and I have a branch. But I also am a BIGGBY owner with Kerry.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah, cool. I just want to dive into the McDonald's. By the way, I want to spend time with you in the creation of, we're coming up with a curriculum for the retreat center, where we bring owners, managers, baristas to events there, and then we develop a 2, maybe 3 day experience for them. So I want to spend some time with you at some point on
Absolutely.
that. Not today, but
but I love it. I love it.
Okay. Can you give me the 2 or 3 things that you learned working McDonald's that you're employing here? The most important things that you learned at McDonald's.
You know what jumps out when you ask me that is, and I had a great 35 years with many varying experiences, but the most important, that brand matters. The brand means a lot, and it's a high bar, a constant bar to set yourself to. Understanding what that brand means, and I'd like to say what we try to make sure our outside reflects the brand of which we care about. Our coffee, for example, here, right?
Yep.
That the brand matters. How we execute is critical, and that would be something at McDonald's that we always strove for.
Yeah. And
the key to it was people. That's the next level. But I would say that would be one of the top things, is living out the brand promise.
And when you say that, what you're saying is there were standards that you had to live up to.
Standards and execution, whether in all areas, the standards of profitability and how to get that profitability, standards in procedures, process, people, food standards, minimums, etc., compliance, all of that. So there's a brand component of McDonald's that is almost, they would call it ketchup in your veins, right? So here it would be, you've got espresso in your veins, you're on Team BIGGBY, right?
Yeah.
And you get it. You get the picture of what we're trying to be and who we are trying to be every day.
I like that. Ketchup in your veins.
Yeah.
Espresso in your veins.
Or a firefly in your veins, whatever it might be. Yeah.
Whatever it might be. Okay. And
I'll add to that, from McDonald's, they did a great job on, once you start at McDonald's, they want you to love it and grow. And I think at BIGGBY, we do that. We try to do that here too. We bring that over because we know some people, this is like their first job maybe. For some people, it's a bridge to their next career. But for others, we want them to stick with us and stay with us.
Yeah.
And we want to grow. And to grow, we know that we can't do it. It's all about what our team does.
Right.
And so, you know, we learned that at McDonald's, and we're bringing that here. So we're hoping some of our team members go, we want to work with Kerry and Jess and help build their company with them. And we learn from them. They learn from us. And we're hoping one day we're selling to them.
Yeah. And when
Great point.
20 years later, they're talking about their amazing experience they had working at
Yes.
or McDonald's.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love that. Okay, all right. So thinking about what you, prior to opening the store, moving into today, what's been the biggest surprise?
Moving from where I was previously and into the BIGGBY model, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Into the world of BIGGBY?
Yeah. So you know, before you ventured into this,
Yep.
you
And
had a
then-
certain expectation.
Yep.
And then now that you're 20 months in,
Yeah.
what's been the biggest surprise to you?
Well, there are two things maybe quickly, if you don't mind. I'm going to go.
Go for it.
I think the story of you resetting, right, in our meetings, with the story of you resetting as a business and taking a deep dive in how we're looking after our people, the fact that you came out of it with a really great perk and a people culture, and you were so brave enough to put it on your cups, and that we see that. I saw that in my training, that people, we love our coffee, but we love our people even more,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That came true. I think in other places, they say it, but execution on that is a really big commitment, and it takes a lot of moving pieces to make it happen. I couldn't believe the culture was true. It's alive. We're a player in that. That's what I mean by that brand. We own a key role in driving that and supporting the work you've already done. But I would say that was, my gosh, that's true. It's real. And I think the customer experience, there is nothing more joyous than handing out a drink that a customer has spent all their time and money to save up for that treat that day, for that week, or
Yeah.
after a really bad day or week or experience, and they smile. Like, I get joy, and like, I don't think I want to let go of the cup because I'm enjoying the smile when you hand it to them and they're so thrilled. It's different to my previous life and experience. That piece of being the customer piece is, this is a treat, they love it, they enjoy it, I get joy out of seeing them enjoy that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big piece.
I think I talk about why I'm in the business because I fell in love with the fact that we got to make people happy. We got to like
Totally.
right. And it's how many businesses do you truly make people happy?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's a fact.
Yeah, and I like ditto to what she said, and I think like I'm very surprised at how happy the customers are to come to BIGGBY, and especially the ones that come down from Michigan, maybe they're traveling through,
Yeah.
how dedicated they are to BIGGBY, how they are looking for the next one in Indiana that's going to open up because like they want to stick with it. Before coming into BIGGBY, I never realized what kind of fans BIGGBY had. And to me, it's very impressive. And for us, we're like, okay, how do we do what Michigan does in Indiana and get, just keep this fan base down here?
Yeah.
Because it's very exciting. And like
You're doing
Kerry,
it. You're doing
Yeah.
it.
we're trying to.
Yeah.
And like Kerry said, sometimes we stand out here and we're just watching the cars, and we love it because what she said, we're like, everybody, they get their straw and their drink and they're smiling and drinking their
We
drink.
should have a hidden camera, right?
Yes. And it gives us like the biggest joy that
Yeah.
we could ever have.
Yeah. And that's surprising. That was surprising.
It was
to
very
you?
surprising because coming from McDonald's,
more
it's a
than
different
it's more
experience.
than handing a bag out the
Yes.
window
Yeah.
and let's get them through quickly.
Yeah.
It's let's make their day
Yeah.
and get them through.
Yeah.
It's just different and a different pace. And therefore, like a different culture, ultimately,
Yeah.
right? And so we totally embrace that and said that's our pace, that's our vibe, that's what we've always actually believed in previous to this, to be very honest with you. Just couldn't, that's a big ship to turn.
Oh.
Versus here, we're in control of this one. We get the vibe, we understand very clearly the mission.
Yeah.
And so then it's our job, as I said before, to carry the brand and make it us. We set that tone.
And I feel like the training too, like, so the training that we went through at Tara Store and Sarah Hallgren,
So good.
I was not expecting that,
Right.
and I felt like after that training, like we were ready.
Yeah, as ready as
Yeah.
as ready as we could be.
Yeah. Okay, so you've had a really successful opening. The store's doing very, very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you attribute to your ability to generate customers, generate traffic? What are the one or two most successful things that you've done to generate traffic?
Oh my goodness! Can I got to say, I want to say Ashley and the team.
Definitely number one.
The team.
Yeah.
The team. And so how do you get to that team? I think Jess did a phenomenal job, and maybe it's background, maybe it's gut instinct, I'm not sure. How do you hire a great team out of the gate? You know, we've got well over 50% of our original folks 20 months in.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more thrilled with that. I mean,
Yeah.
that gives you so much efficiency, etc. But they've created the culture.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more pleased. It's the team that have created the success, and
Because people love them. People
they
love
them.
right.
They love them, and with retention and confidence and fun that the employee experiences,
I love that guy's hat. I want it.
they're confident to deliver on the customer experience. They're not stressed. They're not new. They're not okay. So they're consistent. So
Yeah.
I think that's it. The piece of it too is that the Sea of Perk, we really push.
Yeah, so important.
You want your Firefly, it's got to be exactly how you want it every
Yeah.
time you come through. So that's the piece. The team drive it, and we've got a great team.
Yeah, the way I like to frame that up is we don't find good people. I believe most people you hire, like 98.5% of them, they want to be successful. What we have to do is create an environment that allows them to be successful.
Absolutely.
And that's the culture you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Setting the expectation, enforcing the systems, but people want that.
Yeah.
They want to know what they need to do to be successful.
And I don't know if this is a good time to share it or not,
Go
but
for
I
it.
would just say that sometimes, like, owners can be part of the problem and not know it, right? So there could be a toxic individual, that's one thing, and you
Sure.
can, I can spot that this is the reason why but it could be self. So we have like self-reflection. We have ones-on-ones. How are we doing?
Yeah.
We have a lot of one-on-ones with our team too, and we ask for the direct feedback. So we got to make sure we're not the problem, and then we're all systems go.
If you don't want to answer this, we can edit it out. Oh, I didn't say that earlier. Like, we can edit any of this,
Okay, great.
right? So, if you just, like, Bob and I have this when we record. Like, if one of us goes like this, that means okay, we're
Time out.
gonna edit.
Got it. Got it.
So,
Good.
but what are a couple of things that you've learned that Jessica's given you on how you can get better, and then vice same other direction?
You want to go first?
This is what I love about our yin and yang style,
Yeah.
because it's ultimately very complementary. And it doesn't mean that there's not disagreements. You would know this
For
with
sure.
Bob, but again, good yin and yang style. I don't think I'd do this without Jess. I mean, I love the partnership, and you know, Jess is sometimes she's the front man, right? She's the good cop, and sometimes the bad cop has to show up too. So sometimes the bad cop might be having a bad day and bringing it into work, and so I might get some feedback that. I got this, and so like I got this is usually a line. So there's maybe a line of okay, that's my time to step
That's your
away.
cue?
Yeah, that's my cue, and I trust my partner,
Yeah.
my business partner, in the cue that I need, and then or she might take me on a walk and we'll go check the plants, and yeah. But there's always some sort of cue.
But when she takes you on the walk for the plants,
What is the feedback?
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, breathe. Give them the space to make their own mistake. Give them the space to see the point that you're making. You know, I come from my previous life. It's very quick to spot things and
It is
assess things.
Controlling.
In a controlling place for sure.
Yeah.
So how do you balance when there's time for that? And then there's time for they've got to learn, they've got to fall over, and they've got to make that mistake, or they've got to enjoy that moment themselves, and I don't need to be there on the other side of it too. So so
That's good feedback.
Jess is good with that. Like, this is a time for us to go to the bank, both of us, so they can enjoy that moment.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you for that. If I haven't said
Well, I appreciate you too. So, like, why I wanted to do BIGGBY, to be honest with you, is I was going through the McDonald's Corporation process to be a franchisee, but I tell you, like, I just wasn't loving it. And like, And the part about BIGGBY I loved right away, I was like, you could do partners. You could do this with a partner. And like the fact that Kerry, you know, is a part of this is a big reason why like I want to grow.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like our partnership, exactly what she said, we're a yin and a yang, and there's so much that she does, how she interacts with our team, how she's fussy but in a good way, is phenomenal. And but to me too, you know, there sometimes she has to be a little fussy at me to be like, you know, why don't you take a look at this? But she says it in a very nice and polite way. And but I think that yin and the yang is good. And but yeah, like where I might complain a little bit, like don't put so much on the credit card, and then she'll be like, oh, but we need this, and I'm glad that we do buy things and we do spend money, because look at our place.
Oh,
yeah.
Like we wouldn't, if we didn't spend money, people wouldn't be coming here, and we feel like every dollar we're putting in is an investment so that our company just keeps growing.
And I got to tell you, can I add there that Jess does a phenomenal job of reading the timing of the pay rises need to be done, and we're not going to wait for it. This person needs an increase. So she's really good at making sure that our team are remunerated. We're on market, we're above market, and what do we see for that? We have 20 months in, we have over 50% more original OGs with us still, right? And that is phenomenal. That makes us able to focus on, as Tara has always said, it stops us from working in the business so much as they're able to work on the business. And so that
Tara's very good at that.
And she's awesome at that and reminding us, hey,
cool.
Yeah, but we have our business planning session every year too to make sure what's our goals for this year, and let's go for it.
Right.
And then, if someone's considering a partnership, what do you think the? Did I share? Maybe I think I did share with you the 24 questions to present to your business partner before you become business partners.
No.
Oh.
Tell us more.
Well, there's conversations that need to be had that people don't have. And then they get into partnership, and then they discover these things, and then it's really complicated because you're already married. And then to unwind is so. This isn't about me, but it exists. I would love to have you go through that at some point, and then critique it. Because it's really in depth. But like, if you're going to marry somebody, you need to go deep. You need to have the conversations. You know, like for example, Bob and I put into any one of our governance documents that if you tried to get out within 60 months of the initial investment, you got nothing.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So you're making a 5-year
Yep.
commitment with this capital or this out. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff like that that I really wish that we could get prospects spending more time with, because I feel like if prospects would go through these things and take them seriously, we could end up having great partnerships at the end of the day that are working.
I think that'd be helpful. I think that would be outstanding. I would love to see it.
Well,
I'd love to see it too.
Back to the interview. What would you like? What are the things that you think about in relation to partnership that are helping you succeed? That somebody should think about before they become partners.
Do you want to go? And then I'll go to thought. Yeah.
So I know for me, I feel like Kerry and I have a lot of the very similar values where we want to put the customer first, where we, I think financially probably think very similar.
Yeah.
And also we want to have the best experience for the customer and also the best building. We want to have, we want to like look at the other BIGGBYs and how can we, the top ones, we both want to be right up there with them.
Yeah.
And so.
And you are.
Yes. And I think.
I got to tell you, Tara's a little nervous you're going to lose.
Well,
Should I say that out loud?
We're going for it.
You're a little worried you're going to overtake your.
I announced that today. I said they're gonna be right up there and pass us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
It's
think
a great challenge. To
it is.
have,
It's
though.
a great challenge, and I think for us, like because we have very similar values, like I feel for me, like I trust Kerry so much. Like when she makes a decision, like I truly trust it, and I think for me, I learned so much from her that I think our partnership. If I did this alone, it'd be fine, but I think that doing it together, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And to be able to scale and to get to a company that we're looking to build, having the two of us together do it, I think we can do it quicker and better and faster.
And I think I might have heard it on one of your videos too, right? I don't want a yes person. I want someone who's going to challenge each other so that we get the best answer too. But I will tell you, I think the best example was tested recently in our business partnership. You can't see it today, but I've been in a 24/7 sling after surgery for 6 weeks, and my business partner and the team have carried. I can't drive. I haven't been able to drive for 6 weeks. So my presence is not where I want it to be, and the store has been great. It's not ideal, it's not what I want, but a business partner that can pick up and, Jess can go on vacation and she knows we've got it. I go on vacation, I know she's got it, and the team have got it. That's critical. I really think that's critical for my goals. It lines up with my goals, which is I don't want a stressful business experience. I want one that's stress-free and fun.
Fun, thriving.
BIGGBY's fun. It's thriving. Not without the work, but it makes sense to have a great team member that's super aligned in the values, and then it gives us a chance to be super dynamic together, and we trust each other.
And I think too, it's fun to celebrate together too. So not only do I like her as a business partner, but I like her as a friend too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's fun to be able to go, oh my gosh, the team, they've done so great. Let's all go out for a nice dinner. And you know what I mean? It's fun because she's also my friend, and the team, to be able to add them to that, it just makes it, it's just so fun.
Yeah.
And we like to celebrate small wins too.
Yeah, critical.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had the conversation with Bob a number of times. At this point, he's not in the day-to-day right now. We've kind of made that transition, but I don't want to do this business without him as partner.
Right.
And if he needs to make that call or I need to make that call, it's going to be dramatic, right? And it is I've always said too that Bob and I could absolutely kill it on social media if we mic'd and filmed the private interactions between the two of us. But if we do that, they won't be those interactions, right? Because we feel so safe that we say the craziest shit, we say the funniest shit, we just that's the partnership. And I cherish that.
Yeah.
When he and I spend time together, we love it. I mean, I think he loves it. I love it. And that's to me what a partnership is you just get to be yourself, and you get to bring it, and you get to say whatever you want. And sometimes it's probably not appropriate exactly, right? But that's what makes it beautiful.
You know what? I said this yesterday, but at BNS, when you two of you are on stage, that authenticity comes through loud and clear. And that authenticity and that bond and that banter, I think it's brilliant for the brand. Again, I get inspired by that I'm in the right place.
I wish we could capture more of that. I don't know how to exactly, because we're trying to pull ourselves out of being necessary within the brand, right? So that the brand can thrive without us. Just we got to do that, for everybody's sake. But I still love that, right? We'll see.
It's great.
Yeah,
Hey.
we'll see. Okay, all right. Wow, I haven't even gotten to a question yet, so I don't even know how deep we are. But I haven't even gotten to a question. So what? The first question is, what originally convinced you, as you were exploring, what convinced you that this was the right brand, the right? Was there a moment? Was there something you read, something you saw, somebody you talked to? What convinced you?
We did a lot of research. So I learned about BIGGBY in Michigan City, actually, and I had met with Tara a couple years prior to us actually doing this. And it just was at a point where I knew I wanted to get a franchise and work in this industry. And the more I read about BIGGBY, the more I was intrigued.
So you started the exploration.
Yes. And then to be honest with you, I was a huge customer. I kept going through, I'm like, God, this is great. And
while you're in the program for it, don't you?
yeah, while I was
yes,
and
right.
So you were on track to become a big McDonald's franchisee.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's got to be a big deal.
Yep. As I was leaving McDonald's, after 35 minutes. So this is a weird timing that this discovery is happening.
Yeah, and so I discovered more about it, and then it just was kind of perfect timing where Kerry kind of was getting into her new, out of McDonald's, what's next. And for me, I was like, I want a what's next too. And just researching
And you were friends
BIGGBY.
at that point?
We had worked together.
We did work together at McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was in the corporate world. She was in the owner or operator, the franchisee world. So I was the consultant, visiting stores and assessing, doing shops, etc. At
Right.
that time. So we've been friends through that piece of it.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. And so we went to St. John, Indiana to learn more together.
Meet Tara.
Yeah, to meet Tara to learn more, and we were just like, wow, like let's do this. And again, for me, the partnership is huge. Like I would not have done this without the partnership, and I love the idea that we could get to 8 stores if we want to, and I have a partner to do this with that I trust, and I think that we can make something big together.
Yeah, amazing. So we had, you may never have met him. His name was Randy Israel. Did you know Randy?
Oh, I've heard the name.
So Randy was a 61 unit Wendy's operator with his partners. They decided they wanted to get into a second brand. He did like full exploration, like 30 or 40 discovery days, different brands, and we ended up being in his backyard. He was from Lansing.
Oh, wow.
And what he said to that just blew me away, the logic of it is we can build 5 BIGGBY for the price of 1 Wendy's, and we make more money on the 5 BIGGBY than we do the 1
wow.
Wendy's. And he's just talking about pure capital deployment, right? The amount of money
Sure.
it takes to build 1 Wendy's versus, because building a Wendy's or McDonald's is real money.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And so that logic, it was just like, when he said that out loud, I was like, I'd never even thought of that. I was like, oh, I get it. Now, that's changing a little bit, but I still think that we need to stay focused on keeping the initial investment as reasonably as we can,
Sure.
Yeah.
in order to deploy capital and get more
Right.
return out of it. Yeah. Anyway, did you answer that
No, I
question?
will. I just want to add to that as potential answer. There is just like coming from where we came from when we were doing our exploration. One of the most innovative, coolest things that we're so proud about is to get this. We've worked in big stores, big lobbies that can be a very expensive piece of real estate you're paying rent on, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't get used much. When you're in the US, the average QSR is 70, 75, 80% drive-through, right? So we came out of that going,
Why would you?
this baby looks fantastic on a small piece of land
Yeah.
that can give you a better ROI, and it's the future. It's the generation of this
And we
industry.
can take these little tiny pieces of property that nobody else can do anything
Right.
with them, and
That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
And we can. And the model for it, BIGGBY, the partnership, I guess, in a way that you have with them to allow us to do something really unique and different. I would pull in here just because it looks cute.
It's interesting. It's
Right?
different. Yeah.
It's different. And so while
Yeah.
we see our competitors moving quickly in a similar space,
Yes.
we will continue to do our thing because that's what we do and do it best. But that caught our eye. And when we spent time with Tara and had a look at some of we were super impressed with what we can do.
Cool. Okay.
So I hope I answered that.
All right.
Good.
Oh, I guess I already kind of asked that. Looking back, and remember who we're talking to, right? We're talking to prospective franchisees, new franchisees. What was the hardest part? So you've been through it now. You're 20 months in. What was the hardest part? We're setting the expectation, right? For
I can answer that real quick.
Yeah.
For me, was to get over a little bit of fear. So my fear, I'm glad the money that we put into this to build what we wanted, but I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was a bit scared to do it because I didn't know.
Right.
What I know now, though, is that I would do it 4 more times and be comfortable doing it. So for me, it was just, learning that trust the process, go through the training, build great teams, connect with Kerry even more so that, we can be an even better yin and a yang, and just like trust and know that we can keep going if we just make each store, just replicate it over and over. So that was my fear. At first, I wasn't sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So getting over the fear was the hardest part.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're not scared, you're stupid. Seriously. I mean,
yeah.
you're going to be scared. I live in a different space. I've been doing this since I was 24 years old. So
Right.
I got over the fear when I was too dumb to even know the difference, you know? And so I have a hard time relating to that moment when you're so well established, you've done so much already in your life, and then to go in like that, yeah, it's scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
Okay, so your hardest part.
The hardest part, it's funny when I listen to Jess, because she's really smart about going, is this going to work, and how are we going to cover it? How are we going to cover it if it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
You need someone thinking about that. And
Right.
I'm going to tell you, it didn't cross my mind. Once we'd signed, the train had left the station. Let's go. So it wasn't scary there. For me, it was when we started getting into building this and some of the errors and mistakes, I was really nervous, what scared me was how much extra and off guard and maybe it's not uneducated. Let's put it this way. We learned a lot of lessons on the first one that quite frankly would have turned into money lessons, right? Like lessons we paid literally for.
Yeah.
This time we don't want to pay so much for those lessons because we've learned, and the second one will be smarter. So what scared me was probably that it felt like a never-ending bank account was contributing in some cases.
Yeah.
But we ended up with what we have, and we love it.
And you're making it work.
And we make it work, but the goal was it is what it is. Now we're going to make sure we get it back.
Well, we talked last night at dinner, and I said, so okay, what were those lessons?
Yeah.
And we should document those.
Totally.
We don't have a vast experience in this. Like, we're new at this too. Like
Right.
the site development work, landing the cubes, and so on. I mean, we're 5 years in, 6 years in now.
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
But we should document that stuff, and I just put it somewhere for like what were Jessica and Kerry's 10 lessons on landing a cube, and just put that in the world, and let people read. Like, I know that you mentioned 3 or 4 things. I won't out those right now, but like 3 or 4 things that you won't do or you will do very differently on your next site, and you're going to save some money on that, right? So I'd love to get into the specifics. That's not what this interview's for, but I do think that it would be cool to go interview 3 or 4 or 5
Great.
people that landed cubes and say, what were the lessons you learned?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be good. Okay. All right. So, what part of the business are you still trying to figure out?
That's a good one.
Good one, yeah.
Part of the business. Do you have an answer?
Go for it.
I'm trying to think of for me, I rock up every day just going, what's next, and what do we need to do? What do we need to do to be better today, right?
Yeah.
Truly, and
Truly, yeah.
And some days it's just like today we just need to have fun, right? Today don't push anything. We're not doing anything new. But I think some of the programs or the Otter for me. Okay, I'm just gonna say Otter. I'm not there with it yet. It's not right yet for me, and I'm not sure the BIGGBY Connect. I want to be the best. If you launch something, that's I want to be on top of it. I want to use what our franchisors set us up to be, and so I like to be benchmark in what we roll out. So I'm not there on a couple of things yet. To be better. I mean,
Hopefully, we can always keep you on your toes. That would be my goal.
Yeah. But I will tell you, on a slightly different, we max out on a typical weekend at like an 86 cup hour. So our question to the team is, what gets us to 90?
Yeah.
Right? And then the next one will be, what gets us to 95? So the team starts to think, and we're small, it's tiny, but what does that need to be? And ABC we're hot on and all that too. So how do we drive that? So we're not there yet. So that's what I would say.
Okay.
I think for me, what I want to continue to learn more on is really our social media. We have a great company that we pay, and we do add to our social media a bit, but I think we could do a lot more with TikTok. I think we could do a lot more with Instagram and reach out to our younger customers even better. Giving out stickers once a month on certain days, or having a free cup day, just to get the buzz around town even more.
Yeah.
So I think we do a pretty decent job at getting into the community. We try to give back, as much as we can. We do a lot of dollar per cup sold, with different teams or organizations. But I think we got to get more vibe in our social media.
Yeah, I know. It's challenging.
It is. That's what I want to learn.
Because it's not the way I roll. It's not the way I think. I mean, that's why
Right.
Yeah.
You got the expert.
That's why we're working there together as a team to do it, because
Right.
it can't be inauthentic. Like
No.
my stuff can't be inauthentic to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she wants me to get rid of the folder. Melissa wants me to get rid of the folder.
And
I
be
don't want
organic.
to. I don't want to be get
He
rid of
likes
the
the
folder.
folder.
I like the folder, but she's probably gonna win. I'll move on from the folder. But okay, so today you've been through all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you defining success differently in the business today than you did before you started?
Oh,
And if
yeah.
so, how? Yeah.
That's a good question. Yeah. You know what? After 20 months in, and having consulted to owners that own businesses, and I was an employee, being in this, the HR component, the people component, has surprised me just how critical that is.
How meaningful that is.
How meaningful it
Yeah.
is. And so here we are coming in going, okay, we need to provide projections, and we need to get this to the bank, and we got to get this past it. How many cups do we have to do for break? Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yep.
But you're going to have a road work. You're going to have things happen, and the thing that's going to get you through, and the thing that needs the most attention is it's the people. And that would have been the biggest thing. What was the question? Remind me the question. It just
How are you? Do you have a different? Has your
Yes.
definition of success
Yes.
changed?
Yes, and it's the people. Like we say it, but it really is the people. Success is that I can maybe, have a day or, weekend with my husband. I don't know. The success is having more, some quality time, but I don't have to be here every single day. I love it, and I'm here as much as I can.
Right.
But let's go back to the previous point, right? Success sometimes is, Kerry, we don't need to be here today.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy their success and develop their hierarchy, their trust system. They don't, otherwise we got a problem if we go to store 2. So we got to stay ahead of that and think of those things. So that's success, is giving them the space, knowing when to be here and when not to be. That's success.
Yeah, and I think for success for me is kind of similar. It's not all just financial. And it's not just all cash, liquid. It's also success is like, how can we make our real estate more successful? And in our next one, not always looking at the cash flow of it, but like, how can we make this like part of our, like personally, part of our retirement strategy or our next strategy. But then also for me, kind of similar, like our people's success is just as important. Like it gives me a lot of joy knowing that they feel like they want to grow within the company. It gives me a ton of joy to go. They're like, oh, like I want to, when you guys open another store, I want to be the general manager. And it's funny,
Right.
like I feel like their success then just becomes our success too, because then the better they do, I mean, it just trickles down to us too.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, we got a 5-star Google review that came up on my phone late last night, and it was, the success is also to us, like customers were writing, hey, coffee shops, I had the best service today. This is the standard you guys need to be setting. Thank you so much. And I was like, and so success is just our customers love coming here. They can rely on us, and if we make their day, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have no idea how long we've been going. It doesn't matter. Okay. If you could go back, and let's make this maybe not even BIGGBY, but if you could go back and replay one moment in your career, what moment would you replay?
That you would
I'll answer
replay.
this.
Did you
Ooh,
replay?
yeah. Wow.
I would replay, I would have done this 15 years ago. Like if we would have done this a long time ago, gosh, we'd be at probably store 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, just knowing what I know now, diving into the franchise community, diving into BIGGBY, growing within, BIGGBY Nation. Learning the processes, like we'd have a team of like 500 people already, so that's what I would have changed.
Changed or learned?
Learned.
Okay. That is.
Wasn't exactly the question, but
Yeah.
it's a beautiful answer. So we're just
Okay.
gonna move.
You know what? I'm going to try. I'm
right,
going
go
to try.
for it.
'cause
Try to
I
answer
think that's
his
tricky and
question.
deep. So I'm going to go deep. I think.
We'll see.
Thanks for the feedback. One thing that I say the question again.
What if you could replay
Yeah,
one
replay a
in
moment.
your
Okay.
career? What would it be?
You wouldn't know as a trainer, right? So I forget the question. Replay a moment. I gotta tell you, there was a point there, a long time ago, where I remember suddenly realizing. So in a corporate world or in a job, and I'm going through my years, and the goal is promotion, right? You got to be better, interview, be better than the next person. And then there was a time where I was like, I'm enough. I'm okay. I'm enough. I'm enough. I'm enough. No, I don't have all the answers, but I love to learn. I love to listen, and I love to learn. And I'm enough. I've got enough experience. So that's a decision we made when going into this. Can we do this? I'm enough. I'm enough. We've got enough. We've got each other. I'm enough, and it's okay to go through. And sometimes it's a black hole you're not sure, where you step in bravely, and here we go. But for the most part, I think I felt comfortable going in, and I think it was once I'd found like my authentic me, I guess, then hey, I'm
That
good. I'm
moment.
good to move. Yeah, that moment, like I'm good, move forward. And it was the moment that made me feel comfortable to leave my safety net of McDonald's after 35 years. And who would have thought this is the next adventure? And it is phenomenal, and I wish we'd done it earlier.
Yeah. Okay, so what is it? No. What? No one wants to take credit for wrapping up. Okay, last question. Can we do one last question?
So funny.
I know.
We'd be brutal.
Tara's like cracking the whip. So this
All day if you want to.
this question's gotten some people. So let's see how we do.
Okay.
What mistake are you secretly grateful for?
Oh, that's a good question.
God, that's a good question.
What mistake are we secretly grateful for?
It doesn't necessarily have to be BIGGBY specific. Like, we can go broader, but what mistake are you over your career? What mistake are you secretly grateful for?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Mistake, and there's plenty.
I mean, can we go back real far?
Yeah.
So,
When I was in college, and then starting to be like a manager within the McDonald's system, like honestly, like it was probably a mistake that I did that, because I was the worst shift manager / employee probably ever, and so and I made so many mistakes, and I think about like even like customers like walking out because of like maybe poor decisions I made or not the customer focus. And because sometimes I reflect back on that and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like the worst. When I started, I was the worst. And then from those mistakes, I learned from them though. And then I actually, as I aged, got a lot better. But I tell you, like those rough moments with customers, those rough moments with like the owner operators I work for questioning me, like, what happened Sunday morning? Yeah, I do feel like I made a lot of mistakes during that time, but I learned from every one of them.
The idea of learning from mistakes, right?
Is key.
That we make mistakes
Yeah.
key.
and we learn from them.
Key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah. Do you have anything?
I don't know if you'll give me feedback.
Your last answer was beautiful.
Oh, but wonderful. I will tell you, there was my first comment wanted to be my ex-boyfriend. That was the mistake. But the lesson I learned was in that 17 years. Then in that time, there was a moment where I wanted to buy a car on my own. I was going to get it from the lot. I didn't need him to give him input, and I did. I went to the lot and I bought it on my own, and I sat down with him and they said, we can finance for this for you, and let me give you this warranty, and let's do this. Yes, that sounds great. I can do this without my boyfriend. So you know where I'm going. I paid so much for that car with so much extra, and what came out of it was I was horrified that I got so ripped off, and my boyfriend ended up coming in later on and going, oh my gosh, they have so ripped you off. And I was so proud that I'd done this on my own, that from that day forward, that mistake forward, like I am super careful with my credit cards and my payments and what I sign up for. And we educate these girls as much as we can about money management. And what you say yes to. So sometimes my pride can get in the way of a really smart decision. So
Cool. Thank you for doing this.
no, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I could keep going, but we're getting the hook.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing it.
Thanks a lot.
Awesome.